Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create a press release on PRunderground.com. The first thing you'll want to do is make sure you've set up an account, and you can do that by clicking the My Account button or going right to the plans and pricing page and picking a plan, and it will guide you through that. And before doing your first press release, you will create a newsroom, and watch the video on that if you haven't already to create your first newsroom. Once you have a newsroom and an account set up, then you will want to log in if you're not already. And you'll see here I've got my newsroom for PRunderground.com. That's already set up. So I could create a press release right here from this one, or I can go to Manage Releases and then add a press release. Now, in general, this Manage Releases shows all of the press releases you've sent so far. It also shows the publish date, the number of views on PRunderground.com. That's not throughout the syndicated network, but on our site. It has a link to the pickup report, and if you want to edit it or trash it. It's not recommended to trash these because you cannot get them back. So let's open one up as if I'm creating a new one. Here's one that we issued when we moved from New York City to San Francisco. And that's the end release, but I'll show you first what it looks like when you're creating it. So this would be the screen you would go to if you were creating a new press release. You would see the same form. The first thing you would do when creating a new one is picking the date and the time when you want it to be published. Now, in general, you've got to give us some notice, so it can't be done necessarily in like 15 minutes. They typically go out between 2 and 6 hours after you've submitted them if it's during business hours on a weekday and there's no issues with the content or formatting. It's all in Pacific time, so factor that in when you're picking your time. And we try to get close to your time, but it can't always be hit. So remember that. We can't do things down to the minute. So the next thing after you picked your date and time when you want it to go out is release details. The first field here is the region. This is the region that you are sending from. So the city and state or city and country that your company is based in. And so in this case, San Francisco, California. Don't put multiple locations. It has zero impact on where it's picked up. And we end up having to delay your press release and delete things. The most important field of your press release is the headline. This is for two reasons. One, Google indexes the headline first. They look at about the first 70 characters of the headline. So make sure that within those first 70 characters are important keywords that you would want someone to find you with when they're searching in Google. In this case, we wanted it to come up when people search PR Underground headquarters. And so that's right up here in front. The limit here is 100 characters, so you can't go over that. And it must contain the name of your company, business, branded product, a spokesperson, something that identifies who's sending this. That's a press release requirement to avoid getting flagged as content spam in Google if there's no indication of who's sending this. The subheading is a quick summary of what this press release is about. So in this case, we would say something like, similar to the headline, maybe you add an extra sentence about what prompted the move or anything like that. And that's limited to 170 characters. Next up is the release text. This is the body of your press release. And you can copy and paste in You can also, you'll see some icons like paste from Word, paste. These are good to use because they help with some of the formatting problems that come in when you paste from another program. When you want to make a link, you select the word that you want linked, click this little link button, add in the URL of the link you're putting in. Always put a link to your website in your press release, and ideally up in the first paragraph or so, mostly because people have a limited attention span and you want to have that chance that they'll click through to your site when reading about your announcement. These should be about minimum 200 words. It can be as much as 1,000 words. What we've seen is sort of between 300 and 600 is ideal. No more than one hyperlink per 100 words of text. This is to avoid getting flagged for link spam. If you've loaded it up with hyperlinks, it's just going to get pushed down in the rankings. It's going to have an opposite effect of what you were trying to do. So once you've typed all that in, and you can do things like bold or underline or italic, I wouldn't go too heavy on formatting. It can haunt you when it's being sent out because different websites may or may not accept the formatting. It may not display correctly. It can actually cause more problems. So limited formatting is ideal. Adding images. So you can add images right to your press release. One can be featured. You can upload them from your computer, or if you've saved some to your newsroom, you can select it from there. Only mark one as featured, and that goes in the body of the press release. Remember to click one though. If you leave none, then none would be featured in the body of the press release. If you have problems loading images, let us know. Some browser versions and operating systems, as they keep changing, prevent loading images. It's a bad bug in our system that we can't always have updated. So send it in your images to help@PRunderground.com, and we are happy to load them. Just let us know what press release it's for and which one should be featured. You can also try changing browsers. I use Firefox in Windows without issue, but we know that there have been reports on different browser and OS combinations. If you have a YouTube video to display, you'll want to add that here. And you'll want to add basically the whole link. Remember to use the youtube.com version of the link and not the u2.be version of links, which they send out a lot on YouTube. If you have any questions with that, again, just reach out to us. We're happy to help. Search engine optimization bookmarking. Basically, you're going to pick some industry tags that relate to your press release. Pick, between 3 and 10. Do not leave a comma at the end of this section or it may not save. This is mostly used for social bookmarking sites. Then there's the industry field, and that is the general industry that your company is involved in this case, press release services. Finally, contact info in the press release. This is public. It's displayed on the right side of each press release you send, and it can be changed on any press release. Company name, the contact name, the phone number, the email, the website, Skype if you want to. And below that, the social networking profile links of your business. In this case, you'll want to, for Twitter, just the profile name. Facebook, same thing. LinkedIn, the full URL. Google Plus, the full URL. YouTube, basically the username or channel name. Anything after the .com you can paste in here. Then be sure to select the terms and conditions and save your draft. Once you've saved it, you can also preview it. and we'll see what this one looks like.